everybody, welcome to Sunday's Coffee Lounge Talk. So if you have been on this channel, you already know about these videos, but if you're new here, what we do is every Sunday at 10 a.m. I usually film these videos in advance. I take one or two verses, Bible verses, and then I share a story about my life, how I am connecting my life story with those Bible verses. And most of the time they are like whatever is going on recently, right? And then I ask you guys also to share in the comments, and some people are very kind that you guys have shared, but if you have not yet but you have watched the video, please share this because you never know who you are going to be inspiring. Before that, I got to show you guys. So here I am in the Dome. It's called Dome. It's in West Virginia. It's called glamping, which is glamorous camping, if you haven't heard. So as you can see, this is the wooden partition there. There's a bedroom there. And here, this is actually a couch, which also kind of comes out like a bed, sofa bed type of thing. And last night I was just laying here and looking at the sky, and you guys can see, look at the sky. Right now it's a bit cloudy, but anyway, it was so amazing. It was so amazing. I can't tell you guys. So I have been to Airbnb several different times. I don't know, 6-7 times maybe over the years, but generally I never repeat them because for me it's like, if I can repeat, why don't I go to a new place? Then I'll create new experience. But this place has been absolutely amazing. So I'm definitely going to return here. I don't know when, maybe later this year or next year, but I'm definitely going to come. So today, for the first time, I decided to do something a little different. I'm actually not going to pick a verse, but it is also because it is that important. So this morning when I was, which a lot of time I listen to different things from either YouTube or books, or I read. As you can see here, I have like, I don't know how many books here, 6 and 7, 2 of them are Bible, by the way. Business books over there, self-help books. So I always carry around, I don't know, 5 or 10 books, because sometimes I read from this book a little bit, that book a little bit. Over time, it kind of became like that. So anyway, long story short, so this morning, something really clicked, and I was thinking that concept is so huge. It deserves its own attention. So that is why I figured I'm going to make this video just with that. And I'm going to kind of reiterate it because it also connects with the framework that I talk about, like the inner critic and inner coach. And if you are new to that concept, inner critic is that version within us, like two voices, both are in our head, right? That says that you are not enough, right? But the inner coach is the voice that is your best friend, that can conquer the world. If something bad happens, what do you tell your friend? That it is okay, you know, if they didn't get a job from an interview or whatever, like, okay, you know, you'll get the next one, whatever. You encourage, you say something good. So that is what we talk about, strengthening that inner coach. So if you're a Christian, excuse me, if you're a Christian, as you can see, I am, but I'm a kind of non-traditional Christian. We're not going to go there in today's video. Because in short, people who are Christian, sometimes they think I'm not Christian enough, and people who are not Christian, they think I'm too Christian. So anyway, I'm just going to leave it there for now. So if you're a Christian, the point was that inner coach, you can think of like a Holy Spirit, right? But it doesn't have to be, you don't have to be Christian to think that it is just as a reference. But from other religion or whatever, if you think of, it's like the same thing. It's like the higher self. You can think of your highest self, right? If you go with the Maslow's law, there is those, you know, self-actualization and all of that, like your highest self. You can think of it that way. Or if universe is what resonates with you, you can think of it that way too. And this morning, as I was listening to something, and I was like, you know, in Christianity, there is a lot of, like in Bible, there is like, I think 500 times or so, the word love is there. And I think peace is there around 300 times, and joy is there around, I don't know, 200-300 times. And why I mentioned this, because if you go by Dr. David Hawkins, the frequency chart, which also I talk about a lot because I've been following that for like 10 years, I think. I have that printed out in my bedroom, you know, on the wall. Because after divorce especially, we go from shame and guilt to anger and reasoning to acceptance. all the way, when you go up, all the way, the very high level is the enlightenment, which usually only like Buddhist monk get it, because in 24 hours you just sit down and meditate, which we can't do in a normal life scenario. It's not easy to do because you have kids, you have to do laundry, you have to do dishes and all of that. So anyway, right underneath that, right under enlightenment, it is that peace, which is like the inner peace, joy, and love, right? And that love, it's not necessarily romantic love, and it can be, but it's that love, the self-compassion, or love towards the humanity, love towards the universe, and all of that, right? So the point is that whatever you feed, the concept is simple, whatever you feed is going to grow. But the clicking thing for me this morning was that that in Christianity there's this concept like, God is your first priority, and if it is not, then the world becomes like your world, kind of becomes a little chaotic. So anyway, so the love of God grows when you grow it, right? And the framework, I also refer the triangle, right? The mindfulness triangle, I call it, as the thinking, speaking, and action. And regular self-help would focus on thinking, feeling, and action. And you guys know that I talk about feeling. You can't really control feeling. As soon as you think about a thought, say from last week, your feeling is already there. Your feeling is already there. So when you try to change it, then it's like changing another thought. But speaking, on the other hand, is a little bit easier because it's all about habit. So more you speak positive and all the good stuff, then you are feeding the inner coach, and then it is growing. It is growing, right? So interestingly, the Bible also, it's one of the version, it's NLT. A friend of mine gave me that. Hey friend, if you're looking, hi. In Bible also, there is a huge reference of speaking. And even in self-help, they would tell you that wherever you are, don't talk like, if you're in this zone, low frequency zone, yes, sometimes it is okay, but if you keep talking more about that, that is what will keep happening. You want to pull yourself up. You want to talk from here, what you want your life to look like, right? Let's say, I don't know, let's say you got divorced or separation, the challenging things happened, which, we all in this community, we all go through that. And sometime your past will come up, but at some point you got to pull yourself up and then talk about the future. What good things can happen in the future. And if you can't talk about the future, at least talk about the present, right? Not the past. And the reason why you need a community support is because sometimes it is hard to do alone, because if you're alone, some little bad thing will happen and that will spiral you down totally, right? You don't want to do that. So when there are other people, you support others, and then when you are feeling down, they'll support you. So that's the whole concept. The point is, feed the God that will give you good. That kind of rhymed well. I actually didn't plan it, but feeding God will give you good. Feeding bad will give you the critic. Anyway, so it's kind of randomly came up, because maybe it's the impact of this place, because I'll cover in another video last few days. So this is the fourth day. So my daughter was supposed to come with me, but last minute there was some changes, so she didn't come. So first, the day I was driving here, I was kind of actually a little lost. So she's 10 years old. A lot of guys know if you're coming here for a while. So it kind of made me think of like how it will feel like when I'm empty nester, meaning she goes to college or something like that. But after I came here, last few days, I was remembering things about her, and here and there I did cry. But also I tried to make the most out of my situation. As you guys know, like, I don't stay down too long, I pull myself up. But I cried here and there. But today I didn't cry, because, and again, it was so interesting even for me to know about this reinvention, like this new things. I was looking at a video of my daughter and I from a few years ago. That video the day before or yesterday would make me cry, but today I was actually grateful for it. I was grateful for it. And it's the same thing. How we look at it is going to change our whole perspective, and that is what reinvention is all about, my friend. There is no ceiling. Keep going, okay? So this is all for today's video, but come back next Sunday, every Sunday at 10 a.m. Take care. Bye.